Some mics are super expensive and some mics are super cheap, but which one sounds best for the price? So to figure this out, we're going to be trying 3 tiers of microphones. The first tier is the low tier. The low tier consists of headphones with microphones on them. So I'm going to be using my HyperX Cloud Flight for this comparison. For the medium tier, we're going to be using the Blue Snowball Ice. So this is going to be consisting of microphones priced $50 to $100 in value. And for the high tier, we're going to be using the Blue Yeti. This consists of microphones priced $100 and plus in value. So let's get right into it. Before we do, let's talk about each of these mics separately. The HyperX Cloud Flight. The HyperX Cloud Flight cost around $150 at the time of recording. They have 30 hours of battery life, they're wireless, and the mic is detachable. The Blue Snowball Ice was released back in November 24th, 2014 for $50. The MSRP today is still for $50. The mic is a condenser mic, meaning if you talk into the front of it, the sound is normal, but as soon as you start going around the mic, it starts to kind of deafen out a little bit. And finally, the Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti is also a condenser mic, but has other polar patterns on the back with a little switch. It also has a gain knob and a volume knob where you could plug your headphones in. This mic is available for $100 MSRP at the time of recording. So now that you know everything about all of these mics, so all the perks about them, now we're going to be going over a lot of other things about these mics, how they sound, perks and cons about the mics, and things that you should know before you buy mics in this price range. We'll get started with the lower range mics and go all the way up to the high range Yeti mic. And at the end, we will rate these mics 1 to 10 and see which one you should use.
Alright, so this is a mic test of the HyperX Cloud Flight headset. This is going to be representing the low tier headsets, so mainly headset microphones. How do I sound, boys? Rate it down in the description below.
Alright, let's go over the pros and cons of using a headset microphone. So the pros is that you don't have to worry about wires. All you got to worry about is where the mic's positioned on your mouth. You just got to make sure it's not touching your mouth. And that's all you got to worry about with a headset microphone. The second thing is that you don't have to worry about it taking up a second USB slot, just because it already connects to the headset. So all you got to do is just plug in the mic port, and that's all you got to do for it to connect to your computer and work as a microphone. The last and final pro about using a headset microphone is that it's super comfortable. You don't have to worry about where the mic is. It always tends to sound good wherever it is, unless your mic's actually broken on your headset. And it just gives you peace of mind not having to move the mic around or raise your voice just to pick up on the mic. Alright, now for some of the cons on using a headset microphone. Number 1, it doesn't tend to sound the best. It sounds super thin and choppy when you're using a headset microphone because all the parts have to fit into your headset. And that's not the main focus as a headset manufacturer for the mic. You're not making a microphone headset, you're making a headset with a microphone. So they're not putting a lot of focus onto the microphone. So that's like a second priority for them. So the headset's the first priority. Con number 2 about using a headset microphone. They tend to break a lot. I've had 3 headsets recently that the microphone just stops working because they don't put a lot of time into the microphone. Some companies might, some companies just think it as a second nature and just leave it how it is. So if it breaks really fast, that's why. Okay, the last and final con. Con number 3. This is only with some headsets, but the mic on some headsets just get really annoying. They always stay in one spot, which is fine, but then sometimes if you try moving it, it just won't let you. Or if you try moving it one way, it just might stop working and break altogether. Okay, now with all this aside, all the pros and the cons of the mic test, I think I'm gonna give tier 1, the headset category, a 5 out of 10. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 because the headsets do tend to feel good and you get the peace of mind knowing you don't have to move a microphone somewhere else for it to sound good. But another reason is because the microphones don't tend to sound good. They're good if you're just talking to people on Discord or Skype or wherever, but if you're trying to record YouTube videos, the mics do start to sound super thin and not the most premium product. Also, they do tend to break easily, meaning you're going to have to buy an external microphone either way. So that's why the headset category got a 5 out of 10. Okay, now that we're done the tier 1, now let's go over to the tier 2. So just to remind you guys, tier 2 is mics consisting of $50 to $100 in value. And we're going to be using the Blue Snowball Ice to represent this tier. Alright, so this is a mic test of the Blue Snowball Ice, representing the middle tier, consisting of mics priced $50 to $100 in value. How does it sound, boys? Rate it down in the description below. Okay, and I'll start with the pros and cons of using a middle tier microphone. The first pro would have to be you could start doing basic voice acting and singing. With the microphone, you could do it, but it would sound super choppy and thin that it would just not sound good and it wouldn't be usable. But at least on the Blue Snowball or microphones in this range, it sounds usable, decent, and you could actually throw this out and it would get hits. A second pro for using a middle tier microphone is that you get more control of the mic. You get things like a headphone port on the mic so you can listen to how you're talking, gain so you can move the knob to be how loud it is, and things like that, which really makes the mic better for the price and way better than a headset microphone. Alright, now for the cons. The first con would have to be you're paying for what you get. With these mics in the middle tier, they're super basic middle mics. So most of them just have super basic features, and you shouldn't expect to get like a very good build quality like you're paying for a $2,000 microphone. You're paying $50 to $100. That's not a lot to work with for a microphone company, just so you know that. My second con would need to be you need to buy a mic arm for these mics. The reason is all your desk banging, your mic and your keyboard, the mic tends to pick that up, meaning it's going to pick up into your recording and it's going to sound really bad having keyboard and mouse clicks over your voice. A mic arm is cheap, around $10 to $20 where you could find it, but it's still an extra thing you have to buy. So with the mic test and the pros and the cons, I think I'm going to be giving the middle tier a 6 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 is actually because there's two main reasons. The first reason is because you need to buy a mic arm if you have a real cluttered desk, meaning you have to wait for something else to come in and also pay for it. That also gets really annoying if you just want to use it on the spot. Number two is that you can make the headset mic sound better than the $50 mic just by adding some EQ, compression, and a noise gate to it. Meaning you could just add these free things to it and make it sound better instead of having to pay $50. So with those last two tiers out of the way, let's get into the final tier, the 100 and plus value microphone tier. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is a mic test of the Blue Yeti microphone, representing the top tier of microphones. How are we all doing, guys? How is your day going? Rate it down in the comment section down below. Now for the pros and cons of using a high-end microphone. The first one would have to be its premium. The whole mic tends to feel premium. The buttons and everything on it tends to feel super good, and it's not gonna break just by you dropping it once. Second thing, that sounds really good. You could do high-end voice and singing with this microphone, and it would sound really good just with some EQ and compression on it. My third pro about the high-end mics is all the features they have. An example of this is the Elgato Wave mics. It has a feature in it where you can move all the audio on your computer that's set to the mic, so it can be custom, meaning it's like a mini Go XLR. So you're getting $500 or more worth of product for less than $100 if you could find it on sale, meaning it's really cool and you save a lot of money with this microphone. Alright, now for the cons. I can't think of a lot of cons for the high-end mics. You could say price, but that's not a good con because you're paying for a high-end product. That's like saying I'm gonna be paying $5 for something like Gucci or Louis Vuitton. That would make no sense, and it's just not a good argument against some high quality products. So with all this in mind, all the tests we've done, I think I'm gonna be giving the high-end microphone tier a 9 out of 10. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because a lot of these high quality products, you are paying a lot, but you get a lot of features and it's real good build quality with good sound, meaning you're paying for something you'll be using for a while that could really help you grow on platforms like Twitch and YouTube. So with all the tiers right here, which one should you get? Personally, I think you should get the headphone tier if you are just talking to people on Discord and you're not trying to make content. If you're trying to make a little bit of content and you're just starting out on YouTube, try going for the middle tier because you're just starting out and you don't know how it's gonna go. If you are already making a lot of content, you have a good amount of subs and followers, try going for the higher tier because then this is gonna give you better sound and make your stream or videos sound better to the people that are watching. Well guys, that is my microphone tiers for today. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It really does support the channel and I'll really appreciate it. Make sure to also come follow me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We do a lot of fun things in there. If you want to just come hang out and chill and talk about anything you want, I'm in there just vibing. So link that's down in the description below. Make sure also join my Discord. We like chilling in the Discord, talk about whatever, and just vibe in there. So link that's down in the description below. Hope you guys have a great day, boys, and peace out.